Remember this portion of the story of God, as it is written in the book that we love, in the Gospel of Mark. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James and Salome bought spices, so that they might go and anoint him. And very early, on the first day of the week, when the sun had risen, they went to the tomb. They had been saying to one another,
"Who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance to the tomb?"
When they looked up, they saw the stone that was very large had already been rolled back. As they entered the tomb, they saw that a young man dressed in a white robe was sitting on the right side of the tomb. They were very alarmed, but he said to them,
"Do not be afraid. You are looking for Jesus of Nazareth who was crucified. He is not here, but is risen. Look, here is the place where they laid him. Now go and tell his disciples and Peter to go to Galilee. There they will see him just as he told them."
So they went out and fled from the tomb, for terror and amazement had seized them, and they said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid. From the Gospel of John.
Early on the first day of the week, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb and saw that the stone had been removed from the tomb. So she ran to Simon Peter and the other disciple whom Jesus loved and said to them,
"They have taken out the Lord, and we do not know where they have laid him."
Then Peter and the other disciple set out and went toward the tomb. The two were running together, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. He bent down to look in and saw the linen wrappings lying there, but did not go in.
Then Simon Peter came, following him. He saw the linen cloths wrapped around, and the cloth that was on Jesus' head, not lying with the other linen cloths, but wrapped around him.
Then the other disciple who reached the tomb first also went in, and he saw and believed, for as yet he did not understand Scripture, that he must rise from the dead. And then the disciples returned to their homes.
From the Gospel of Matthew. After the Sabbath, as the first day of the week was dawning, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to see the tomb.
And suddenly there was a great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord was descending from heaven. He came and rolled away the stone and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothing white as snow.
For fear of him, the guards shook and became like dead men. But the angel said to the women,
"Do not be afraid. I know you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, but has risen. Come, see the place where he lay. Now go and tell his disciples, he is risen and is going ahead of you to the place of Galilee. There you will meet him. This is my message for you."
So they left with fear and great joy and ran to tell his disciples. Then, suddenly, Jesus met them and said,
Greetings.
And they came to them, worshipped at his feet. Then Jesus said to them,
Do not be afraid. Go to Galilee and tell my disciples to meet me there. They will see me.
They found the stone rolled away from the tomb, but when they went in, they did not find the body.
While they were perplexed about this, suddenly 2 men stood beside them in dazzling clothes. The women were terrified and bowed their faces to the ground. But the men said to them,
"Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here, but has risen. Remember how he told you while he was still in Galilee that the Son of Man must be handed over to sinners and be crucified, and on the 3rd day rise again?"
Then they remembered his words, and returning from the tomb, they told this to the 11 and to all the rest. Now it was Mary Magdalene, Joanna, Mary the mother of James, and the other women with them who told this to the apostles.
But these words seemed an idle tale to them, and they did not believe them. So Peter went to the tomb and looked in, but he didn't see anything. Then he went home, amazed at what had happened.